Question for YouTubers. Did you know that you have an open invitation? Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Is Jan from New York City, saves money. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Tea Tuesday. For any YouTuber who's interested, this is an open collaboration. You could talk about random subjects as you wish on Tuesdays. We like to celebrate by talking about random subjects. There you go. Okay, and for everybody who's here regularly, as you may know, I love to save money and I love to show you tips and tricks. But today, it is Tea Tuesday. Why don't you pull up for a second or two with a cup of tea or Joe or whatever. I happen to have my sparkling water, which perhaps you can't see because of the special effects that I'm using today. Hope that everybody is doing well. I want to talk to you today about the small but big wins in life. You may think this is the craziest thing, but I'm super stoked because as I'm taping this, I'm actually in real time awaiting the arrival of a new shelving system to go along with my existing shelving system that I'm using to increase my stockpile. I never thought that the day would come in my life that I'd be so excited to get an extra set of shelves. People may say, oh my word, that's just such a tiny thing. But not really, because to me, there's a couple of reasons why I'm super stoked. One, it demonstrates that my stockpile is growing. And two, it gives me more of a sense of accomplishment as I'm increasing my stockpile. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about grocery stockpiling, of which I am really pressing the issue for anyone who has not done so before. I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I love to watch other channels on this platform, as mentioned in the past, like the Rhoda Stone channel, and of course, Lynn Wilson's channel, At Home with Lynn Wilson. These are a couple of examples. Why is it so important to have a stockpile? I figured it out. A stockpile is sort of like a little bit of an investment. And the beauty part is that you could do it one little thing at a time. But that's really for a separate show, of which I'm going to talk about that on a future date on my regular Monday through Friday show at 5 a.m. So having said that, but let's get back to today. Let me take another sip. Or did I take any sip while we were on? Just wondering. How's everybody doing? Like I always say, some days they feel like tea, some days they feel like coffee or hot chocolate. But today is, I love this sparkling water. No, this is not a sponsored ad, but this is really good. Just saying, just saying, just saying. So I'm just kind of like wondering, have we become so numbified in our society that we are forever expecting big things, or it's only the big things that count? It's kind of nice when you could like stop and smell the roses or stop and smell that beautiful smell of coffee brewing. These are the little beautiful wins in life. Have you ever woken up to the smell? If you like coffee, it really, really matters to you. You wake up and the first thing you smell is the coffee that someone else made for you, or that you were wise enough to set up the alarm, the timer on your pot, if they still have those like that, programming it into it. And then just waking up to that smell. That is a little win. That is a little win. That is a big win, because the way you start your day, in my honest opinion, determines the rest of the day. Really, the first 20, I think I've heard this from experts actually, that the first 20 minutes upon your awakening kind of determine the type of day you will more than likely have. So who doesn't mind waking up to pleasant smells like that? Or someone making bacon. I remember when I was a kid and it was like a Saturday morning, we'd always have more elaborate breakfast than during the week. Usually during the week, let's say mom would put out a bowl of cereal because we had to get out to go to school and wanted to be on time. But I always remember mommy or my dad making bacon and eggs on a weekend, or pancakes, or French toast. It was always something a little, and not just the one that you pop in a toaster, the one that you make from scratch type thing. They did it from scratch. And it was so nice. And you're waking up and you're a kid. You got the whole day to do whatever you want. Think of these little wins. So I think what I'm trying to encourage is that maybe, just maybe, it's not always the grandiose things in life. Or, for example, you hear some, let's say, not so happy news on the news, and it may be in an area of which you live and you're concerned about a loved one. How does it feel? More than likely, you're going to call your loved one to make sure they're okay. Doesn't it feel fantastic when they pick up the phone and you hear their voice and they're A-okay? These are the treasures of life, in my honest opinion and in my own living experience, that mean absolutely so much to me. Here's another little win in life that's so much fun. How many times have you done the laundry, right? And you making sure all the pockets are empty, the shirt pockets, the pants pockets, and you come across a $5 bill or a 10 or a 20. Nice. Okay. Then you say to yourself, it's a good thing that you didn't just throw it in without checking, right? It's always a good thing to check your pockets. That's just like these little moments in your day that brighten your day that actually can determine the way you feel the rest of the day. Or you run into an old friend that you haven't seen in a really, really long time. And for once, you look the way you want to look when you meet that friend, not the usual. You run into an old friend and like you feel like your hair is haphazard and just not the way you want to meet an old friend, put it that way. Or you run into somebody from your past and they're so uplifting. In fact, that's another win. Being around uplifting people. People that when you walk away after speaking with them, you walk away with a little smile in your heart. These to me are the little wins that honestly, in my opinion, are really big wins. Or you get an unexpected sweet card in the mail. Or you get that phone call from someone that you haven't heard from in a long time to tell you that they're doing well. And it makes you feel just as good. I think about when people have those exciting big lottery games and, the tension is building and the money is building for weeks and weeks and months and months. I'm happy when I hear that there's a winner. I'm happy. And I'll be honest with you, I personally rather hear that there are 10 or 15 winners walking away with $1 million or $2 million, as opposed to I'm happy for the one person that might win the whole thing. But to be honest with you, I like more people to be happy because it's exponential. So these are the little things in life. Or watching a game show and watching somebody you never saw in your life before. You'll never see them again, more than likely, and they win that game on the game show. These are the little things in life that lift our day. That's what I would like you to think about today. What are the little wins in your life? Maybe little wins to someone else, but they may be very special wins for you. There you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed your little cup of tea time, a little bit of break. And even that is a win, taking that all too important break for yourself. So speaking of break, I'm going to break away and then I'll come back with a wave. Be right back. Thanks so much for being here. Don't forget to come back every single Monday through Friday at 5 a.m., except for Tuesdays, of which time I'm on at 10 a.m. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Brighten someone else's day today. They can use that smile. Take good care.